I'm happy to see the band back together.
Yes.
Happy to be back together.
We should meet up and be able to do the monkey walk. Remember that? Or am I showing my age? Do you know who the monkeys are?
Yes,
I know
Davy
who they are, but
Jones.
I
Come
don't know
on.
the walk.
They kind of like when they walk, they just kind of overlap their feet, you know.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
You gotta Google the monkeys.
I know what you're talking about.
Me too. I watched the reruns as a
Brooklyn,
kid.
don't make out like you're like, some spring chicken who doesn't know who the monkeys are.
I
Because
know who
I
they
know how
are.
old you
I
are.
don't know the walk. Should I lie? Okay, I know the walk. It's like this.
Well, first off, I want to thank the three of you for carrying my channel without me the last week, and I really appreciate that.
Not a problem.
Much
Ever.
love.
B,
What
a week last week was.
What a week.
Yeah. I don't think you got much peace and quiet.
And we were joking, I think, me and Sophie, like on like Thursday or whenever, like, what more can happen on this week? And then, Lord, like,
You never know what tomorrow will bring.
Exactly.
Patricia with the C, thank you.
I know everybody wants to hear. I'll give you like a quick, brief Paul update. But we're gonna do Sister Rose. I actually want to laugh and have a good time tonight. So let's go through the roll call and say hi to everybody.
Patricia.
Hi Diana Lee, Roro, Michelle, Sherry, Velvet, Ellie, Patty S, Ruth Ann, J Freak, I said Sherry. Hi again, Sherry. Susie Q, Mel B, videos, Christina B, Sophie, got me on that one. Barbie, Susie Shops, Wendy H. I'm going really fast if I miss
Videos.
Snurk,
Velvet,
Susie Q,
Pipsqueak, Criddle, Hi, Flower Child. I think that's it.
Tony Ann.
And your brother here listening.
Oh, Drazo, thank you, Patricia Widdesy. I appreciate that.
Drazo, I hope everything's going well.
Oh, thank you, Wicked.
Oh, Wicked.
Thank you, Wicked.
You're welcome.
Laura, Santa, Agatha, you're new. Hi, welcome. I set this live up for Nikita. Hi, J Freak. I set this live up for like subs because I know we have like a new, some new subs, and I wanted them to be able to speak. Not So Dumb Blonde. Hi, Pipsqueak. Hi.
Hi, Melissa. Yes, I see you.
Coco, Coro. We also had another one. What was the name? Hold on, let me find it.
Melissa S. France.
Yes.
I probably missed a whole bunch of names. So with Paul, and this is going to be very quick because I don't, I want to have fun right now. And the last 3 days, I'm not old, but I'm not a spring chicken either. I'm 44. So this is taken like.
I don't know about you, but at this time in my life, I love my sleep.
Yes.
True story.
And if I don't get it, I'm all out of whack.
Yes.
And I haven't gotten any. And now I feel like I'm in my 20s again. Going out and partying and like being up for days. But at least I had fun back then. This was not fun at all. So, Paul was, I guess his friend Isa had picked him up today, and he's back in Manaus. And I did speak to Paul last night. We finally spoke, and we had a conversation, which is between me and him. And pretty much the gist of it was that, like, you need to get your stuff in order.
Yeah.
And
100%.
It's about that time now.
Yeah, and
he's not in his 20s anymore.
Well, how when I'm like brutal with people. Like, you know, I've had serious conversations with Brooklyn Wicked and Sophie, and like,
Yeah.
when I care about somebody, I treat
Right.
you like family.
Yeah.
So
Thank
I told him that, like, you can't, you know, this has to stop. But whatever, I
You've
don't
got to
want to.
grow up and do things differently.
So, you know, the good news is that he's found and he's okay and whatever.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah. Beyond that, we don't know anything else.
Well, I would like to say, John, that you really, honestly did an amazing job. I
Thank
mean,
you.
Yes.
I was impressed at, honestly, like the reporting, the research, the calling, you know, international numbers. You had no idea who you were calling. How about just forget about all that?
Amazing.
How about being a support for Edna?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because honestly, I have a son, and as
Thank
crazy
you.
as Paul is, I cannot imagine going through that, not knowing, is he alive, is he not? So I hate to hear anything else other than the fact that you really were there for that woman, and that is what matters through all.
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
for sure, Brooklyn.
So I just wanted to say that.
I appreciate that and thank you. And yeah, like, you know, I witnessed my grandmother. You know, my grandmother had 3 daughters, and 2 out of the 3 of them passed away. My mom and my aunt.
Yeah.
And the 3rd daughter kind of never talked to her, and it was just, in essence, all 3 of her kids were gone. And I, you know, and then she raised me after my mom, and you know, I would just see my grandmother cry all the time. And although I'll never know what it's like to have a child and have to worry about them, you know, because we have cats, but like I know what my grandmother went through, and I could,
Mhm.
you know, a big part of that was just trying to help Miss Edna out.
Well, I
Anyway,
think
but
you did very well. I think you really did.
Yeah. I was impressed with like how often you updated and you didn't do a whole lot of speculation. It's like, this is what I know, boom, done. So well done.
well, thank you. You know, it's hard because I've tried to be as fair and open about this. Like, you know, a lot of people thought this was a scam, you know, and they're probably, you know, they were well within their rights to think so. Then people, you know, it didn't matter. Like, all I know is that his mother was worried. I was worried,
Right. That's it.
you know, and that's it. So he's good now, and now it could all move on. And I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Hallelujah.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. So let's have some fun and laugh a little bit, please, because I need it. And let's get into Sister Wives, because this was
This
the
was a good episode.
This
Definitely starting to pick up.
So here we go. I'm going to start.
Pick up. It took off.
It took. Yeah, it took off. Let me start the intro.
That one on. You know, he is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside. Pull that one on. And he's on the inside.
Okay, so Sister Wives, and you guys did a wonderful job of recapping such a boring episode last week. I just want to say.
We tried.
It was a
There
there
wasn't much meat on the bone.
There wasn't, and you guys really, you know, you made it exciting, even though there was like nothing really to be said about it. All right, episode 3. I don't want to put more light on me because I look horrible. I'm trying to mask it,
You want me to close that one?
but I need more light to read my notes. Hold on one second.
So, how was everybody? How'd you guys like the show?
I thought
it
it's
was
definitely picked up.
Best one yet.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm just wondering how many seasons they got left. And this one, I think maybe one more as kind of like a wrap up. But I I will say I was giving Robin a lot of the benefit of the doubt until recently.
Yeah,
Right.
I said that last week. I did that
Yes.
for a while, but I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Can't do
start
it.
the episode off with Kody taking another one of his guys trips to Oklahoma with the good old boys.
And that's always okay.
Sure, Kody, like, you know,
No worries.
your marriage is failing with Janelle, and like you can't stand Mary, but sure, go to Oklahoma for like
Might
a
as well
week
just take a break.
with the boys, because you know Cody's going through so much, guys. We should all feel so bad for him.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you know, because apparently he needs to pick up on Testosterone Tuesdays again,
Testosterone Tuesdays.
as they so affectionately called it.
You know, you haven't talked to Janelle's sons, well, your sons with Janelle for like what, over a year or however long it's been. And, you know, you have enough time for Robin, but you know what? Sure, guy, you go ahead to Oklahoma and
You go do your thing.
you right.
But
Like,
did he test before? Because remember, Truly needs to test for COVID before she comes over for
That's right.
Christmas.
That's right.
Because I hope he asked for CDC, you know, official test results.
I'm sure he did.
you know, they should have showed him like COVID testing everybody, like
Exactly.
you know, in the room. So
I mean,
like,
you
he's
know.
okay.
The
I would
post
like
office
to
was
COVID
giving
test
them
him
away.
where the sun don't shine. How about that?
So they're there on the couch, Kody and his brother, his younger brother, because Kody didn't grow up, you know, in a polygamous family. You know, Cody's family didn't turn polygamous until after Kody was like, you know, 18 or 19 or whatever, and he was doing his missions. So he's got like his, you know, his step half brother there. I don't know. And then his friend Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was
If he
interesting.
did Botox, like his eyeballs would be even wider. They might like.
I was like, "Where are you at, buddy? I don't know where to look. Sorry." And we're not very PC on this channel. So
the one friend, was he a bachelor and then recently became involved with someone, or that part I didn't understand, or I wasn't paying attention? One of the two.
And then, like, you know, well, his friend, the bachelor, he's, you know, his monogamous friend who just got married, you know, to one person. What a team Kody had on that couch. It was like watching The View.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Testosterone version.
I couldn't tell you one.
What?
There wasn't one of them that I could say, wow, here's a good-looking guy.
Right.
Same.
The one, the bachelor friend wasn't too bad.
Well,
I mean,
you'd be
out
the
of
winner,
all of
and
them.
if like, you know, if we had to pick one, I would pick the bachelor friend.
If I had to pick one, I would like women.
Same.
Just saying.
So you're not going to marry, shag, or kill. You're just
saying.
Fishing in the other pond.
Without a doubt.
But Kody has like, you know, his friend with the eyes is also going through a polygamous divorce. So I guess Cody's there to, I don't know, learn, and they could bond on that couch.
Support each other. I don't know.
Yeah. To say, oh,
They're
Cody's not a mean, horrible ogre. You know, she left you, bro.
Yeah. It's not us, it's them.
Yeah, you know, it's hard, and you know, you got to be the man of the family until you don't want to be, and then you're a father till you don't want to be, but you pick that favorite wife because that works every time.
Interesting group, to say the least.
Exactly.
I'll leave it right there because I don't want to be mean. Oh, there's my Wendy circled. Yeah, you got it, girl.
So yeah, what a great crew.
Yeah.
And you know, the guy's like, you know, well, you have to have like your anger, and if your anger is like, you know, it's either one or two reasons, you're angry or you're angrier. Like,
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty much.
oh my
You know,
god.
I did think it was funny because Robin, it's starting to affect their relationship, but and now Cody's ashamed that it's, affecting his, his other wives are affecting his relationship with Robin.
Oh, and I do
What
have
a
my
sin.
What Does Nanny Do shirt on today. So
Good
there
job.
we go.
Came
There it is.
prepared.
We'd still like to know. that could be a Jeopardy question.
Gave
Yes.
COVID.
Yeah. What does the nanny do? We don't know.
She gave COVID to everybody.
All right. So let's see. Are we good with that whole scene with him and the boys?
We're good. Let's get
Yep.
right by it. We're good.
All right. So the bread and butter of this episode is Janelle and Kody's fight at Janelle's house.
I will say, and this is slightly before, Cody saying, oh, it gives each spouse like basically, room to breathe before they sweep it under the, rug was like, Janelle was like, yeah, that's what happened. They didn't even ask Christine, and Robin was like, yeah, it takes a little bit. And then Mary's like, basically screw that man. He sweeps it under the rug, done with it. And like, he's not addressing the issues. That's bullcrap.
Funny thing, I don't really listen to anything Mary says. I feel like she's not even in the equation. I hate to sound mean.
She's
not though.
Even in the who cares what she says? She needs to be on another show, like Seeking a Husband or something. She's out. He couldn't give a crap about her at all. I don't even know why they still film her. God forgive me. But
I mean,
I don't know. I have to say, when he going a little into the fight, when he said, "No, Janelle, tell the world," and looked at the camera, I was like, "Oh, we're going there."
Yeah, I thought, "Oh, you're acting."
So Kody comes to Janelle's and in her like little apartment, and Janelle's apartment is small. You could see that like everything is packed to the gills in her little like 1-bedroom apartment in Flagstaff.
Which, by the way, before we even go into the conversation, I just feel so bad for. Can you imagine? Okay, listen. So for like 30 years, you were the working bee, right? Broke your behind, worked 6 days a week because she said it before that she worked 6 days a week for years, had 6 of his kids, worked through her pregnancies. Now, and by the way, filmed a hit cable TV show, which they got money for. And here she is, 57 years old.
I'm sorry, that comment just took me out.
Laura. That's right, exactly, Laura.
Laura, you win the internet today for that comment.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I
want to send you a super chat for that comment, Laura.
Right. So like
that's good.
This woman, so then they have the show, they make all this money, houses here, houses there. And here she is, 50-something years old, in a 2x4 with no money.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you. And I think it's that point, like Janelle is like the analytical. She was the
Wendy.
She was the budgeter of the family. And I think, she's like, I have totally screwed myself.
She worked her ass off, had all these kids. And again, forget the money she made at a job. All the money they made over the years on the show. And she's in a 2x4 apartment.
And it's sad. I mean, it's really, I'm team Janelle. Like, I'm team everybody but Kody.
And she's now pushing that powder drink, which is great. But that's what she's got to do now? Like, that's what she's got to do now to make $1? Like, where is all this woman's money? In Robin's house?
At Robin's house.
Cody's bank account and Robin's house. Exactly.
My opinion. Allegedly.
Well, no, it's not allegedly. Like they said it on the show. Like Robin's got this 4-acre bougie house.
John, the anger I would have, I mean, I work, I work a lot. The anger I would have if I put in 30 years of working my butt off and had 6 kids and filmed a show that made like the top
That
whatever.
Kody made all the money off of it. And now
Right.
allegedly, like,
And
you know,
now-
the paychecks were going to Kody and nobody else in the beginning.
And thank you. And now my husband's fourth younger wife that only had 2 of his kids when I had 6 or 7 is now living in a $1 million home, and I'm in a 2x4 where I could be in the kitchen and the living room if I put my arms out. Are we
Do
okay?
you think?
Well, I mean, it's an upgrade from like the 5th wheel that she had
Is
on
it?
the.
Is
on
it
the,
though? Is it? I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
hard.
either.
I think the 5th wheel was nicer.
To be
Don
50
Lugo
something
was
years
that way a
old.
little bit.
But
The-
she has running water
like
and
behind
like
you.
plumbing in this cramped apartment. So there's that. Thank you, Patricia. What a C.
Yeah, that's better.
You know.
Thank you.
Turn that back
Patricia.
light off, John.
Oh, I miss Addie because she was so good with the polls. What would you guys rather have? Would you rather live in Janelle's 5th wheel with no, you know, with the water and like the plumbing that you had to like, you know, redo all over, you know, and like living in the middle in that Coyote Pass with the dried lake and you know, nothing around? Or would you rather live like in like her apartment? That's my vote already. So I don't know.
Pick me. I know
Like-
what I'd rather do.
Like, would you rather live in like, you know, her little 1-bedroom apartment with like running water and like a hot shower that she doesn't, and she doesn't to rely on Kody to change?
Hey, freak. Thank you.
Oh,
Jay
Jay
Freak.
Freak from her and Roro.
Thank
Love
you.
you. Thank you.
What
I
do you
know
want
what
to
I'd
do a
rather
poll?
do. Pick me.
Brooklyn,
Okay.
your answer.
Thank you so much. I would rather see Robin live in one of those places.
Okay,
and
that's
Janelle
not one
live
of
in
the
Robin's
options.
house.
That's not one of the
I
options.
can't, listen, I am a little fired.
We
up
all
about
want to
this
see
tonight.
Robin like in like the middle of the desert alone, and you know I think
Fired
that's
up.
the consensus. But like, would you rather live in the 5th wheel where you have to rely on Kody to move it and pump the crap out of
100%
the
apartment.
drain, and you know you have to like get the jugs of water, or would you rather live in like a little apartment?
Listen, I've lived in a travel trailer and I've lived in a 2-room apartment before, you know, we got this house. I would much rather live in the travel trailer than the 2-room apartment.
Why? Are you a sadist?
I
Or a
think Janelle would
masochist?
say
I don't
that
know.
too, John. I think she would.
No,
I'm
no. I just, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I'll do the teeny apartment with running water.
Without Kody on the lease, says Criddle.
You know,
She says it
Robin.
too.
You know, Wicked and I, like, we were both like feeling bad for Robin for a while. Like, we were
Wow!
both,
Wow! Like,
no,
did you
wait
ever?
a minute. We were both feeling like for a long time Robin was taking the heat for everything, which is kind of bullcrap because listen, they all had really big problems in their
I
marriage
might have to
before
punch
Robin
you off
got
my
there.
panel in like 3 seconds if you keep up this Robin thing. I'm just saying.
Listen,
I
what
don't
was
know
gonna
who you are
say
anymore.
Is in this episode, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Same.
I'm done.
I always
Which-
give
That's so.
Robin the benefit of the doubt. You know, like, okay, maybe not. But this episode, girl, bye.
Wait, Brooklyn, what made you feel so bad for Robin? I want to dissect your pain for her.
So I felt okay. So here's the
Oh,
thing:
sorry.
all of America is pretty much putting it on her that this all happened. But you and I and the Wall know that they had major problems in their marriage before Robin came in. So it can't be Robin's fault that, you know, the sky is blue, you know? So I just feel that she can't take all the culpability for
I can see.
everybody's problems.
Oh my God. When you said the sky is blue, Jay Freak just sent me the most beautiful picture of her sky.
That's so weird.
And it's
I don't-
Aurora,
Oh,
it's
how
Aurora Borealis.
pretty.
The
Aurora
reason
Borealis.
that's weird is because I don't
The
even know why I
second
said
that,
that.
like it just happened a second ago, 9:32 p.m.
That's
The
funny.
reason
funny.
that's
Aurora-
weird is I never say that. I don't even know where it came
Look,
from.
and she just sent me like the view where
That
her,
is so crazy. And that's
Wow.
gorgeous, G
it is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Like
beautiful.
I would love to see that like just like once in my life. Like you know that's oh my God. So go ahead.
That
sorry.
is stunning.
Now, in Brooklyn's defense, she was kind of on the fence about Robin last week.
Yes, I was.
And
now
this
I'm off the
episode
fence.
just kind of pushed her over, I guess.
Same with me.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Wicked too.
Wicked too.
Yeah. Because I think my point of view was that they were using her as the scapegoat.
Right.
But you really didn't
Exactly.
see until this episode how manipulative she is.
I think I have to rethink my whole panel here. If any of you had any
Listen,
Sean, we're allowed to
I've
disagree.
hated
love
Robin
towards
from day
Robin.
one.
I don't know.
Crybaby.
Maybe my brain's still crazy from this whole Paul
It
stuff.
is.
But like I like, huh?
Yes, you need sleep. We are, you're not going to kick us off panel. But like Kody mentions her sweet little Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and Mary's like, or not Mary, rather, Janelle's like, small tree, small place. I'm gonna pack it up and take it over to the B&B, and Kody has flip-flops so many times on what he expects from his children.
Mhm.
First, he wants an apology. Then he's okay if they don't have an apology, but they need to have a talk. But they can't have a talk at the holidays because he doesn't want to screw up the holidays for the little kids. Like, Kody, do you even know what you want? Or
Listen, I 100%
would you want it?
believe. I 100% believe that Kody has little to no relationship with the majority of his children.
True.
And think about it.
John
He doesn't
wasn't
have to
here
pay
last
child support except for like 2 kids.
Okay,
think
I
all of
was
the
not
kids-
here last week. I missed one update of 18 seasons.
Well, this is what I
of the
wanted to
show.
tell you.
I'm just
So
saying.
the thing that made me the most mad last week, John, was, and I told everybody, I got so mad when Kody took her daughter, whatever, for the ear piercing.
Yeah. All right,
He's
so let's
got
talk about it.
72 daughters, and that was his
Not
first
72.
First
72.
taking.
And they all had to wait until they were 18 and out of the house
That's
to
right.
get it done.
Then they had
Poor
to.
Mary is on Social Security and still has no earrings in her fucking ears.
That's right.
Well, and the kids had to pray about it and go to, get anointed by the Pope, and then they
All the
realized that they weren't going to hell.
Yeah. Yeah. And here Robin's daughter still lives at home, barely 18, and
And it was a special experience.
With Robin's
Social
daughter, and it's not even his daughter. I mean, like,
That's
he
what I was
adopted
gonna
her,
say.
but not by blood.
I know.
But I just, I think this is at the point where Cody's like, we're really not spending Christmas together. This Christmas is all jacked up. But here's my question. Wouldn't each of the respective mothers have had their own Christmas tree up?
I
Or
would think
does
so.
Santa only deliver to
No. They all
someone's
have a
house?
tree in their own houses, or
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the impression that I got is,
I think that Kody was mad that Janelle's tree was so small. Like, it was like a tabletop tree, which it should be on a table. I mean, like, Janelle's tree, like, is
She
like,
has
that
no
should be
room.
on a table. It should be. You don't have like a 4-foot tree and like, Charlie Brown's like walking over it. It's
But yeah, that's the impression that I got from him, is that this tree represented the individual holidays and how they're not going to be together. But I'm like, when have each, like,
You know what that tree represented? That she's broke. It represented
she's
that
broke.
she's
There you go,
broke, and that's all
Brooklyn.
she can afford.
and it's just Savannah and Janelle living in that apartment.
Right.
So, and the only reason why she's there is because, like, she doesn't want to like live in Coyote Pass in the fifth wheel
During winter.
during winter.
And she's broke.
Yeah. And by
that's
the
it.
way, I mean, I can only speak for myself as a woman and as a mother, but I think that you guys would agree with me. As a mom,
I don't know. You've been Team Robin, so
Well, hold
I
on.
don't
No,
know
not
what to think about you. What you
Let's
say
not
anymore.
exaggerate.
Hey,
Yates.
Pamela. Hello, Joelle.
As a mother, it's such an unattractive quality to have your spouse not be a good parent to your children. Like, if I saw
100%.
my husband disconnected from our children, it would 100% affect our marriage, and I would lose my attraction to him. Because part of my love for my husband, a big part of it, is seeing the kind of man and father he is to them. So
True.
having your husband that's supposed to be your best friend not talk to the majority of your children and stop parenting them, it's unattractive, and
Yeah.
it will cause a divide eventually. And here we are.
I mean, her children, Kody does not need their help to make himself look bad in the eyes of his children. He already does that.
He does that all by himself.
It's brought up later, that, how long has it been since before Truly was in Utah? How long ago had it been since he had come to visit her? He had all these COVID restrictions,
Right.
The CDC guidelines were not enough. He had to have the
Cody Brown guidelines.
what's his middle name?
Guidelines.
I don't even think he knows that kid.
Cody, whatever, KBL.
I don't even believe that he knows that kid. I don't think he knows Savannah, and I don't think he knows Truly. I really don't.
Well, no, Savannah's I think is 17 now. So she was
but
born.
how many years?
I think when
COVID's
the
3
show
years.
first started, Janelle just gave birth to Savannah. And
Right,
she
but
was
John, it's not till they're 10, 11 years old where you get to know them, their personality, who they are, who they want to be. The last 4 or 5 years, he's been in Robin's world with her daughters. He goes there once a month. You heard Janelle. He don't even know that kid.
Right. No, I agree with you. I'm not arguing with you on that point. And also, how can one man with 55 kids or 72 kids, as you so eloquently said,
72 to be exact, please.
How could one man with 72 kids have relationships with all of them when he has to spend all this time in Oklahoma with the boys?
It's funny you said that, John, because he seems to have an excellent relationship with the 5 in Robin's house.
And 2 of the 5, are his biologically.
Regardless, I don't even care. That's where he puts his time.
There's 3 others in that house that's not biologically his that he's raising.
Could you imagine being the rest of Cody's biological kids and seeing and being there and seeing all the time and attention and devotion he gives to Robin's kids? Right. And if I were any of them, Hunter, Leon, Garrison, Gabe, Isabel, all of them. Could you imagine how salty they must feel towards their own dad?
That's why we are
and
where
that's
we
where
are.
a lot of it stems from.
I think that's where we are we are. And I also think that that's why the wives are where they are. Again, like I've been saying, imagine being Christine, forget Mary. Imagine being Christine and Janelle. When Robin came into the family, they were both either pregnant or just gave birth. You have no idea. Being a woman and being 9 months pregnant or just giving birth, you feel awful about yourself. And here comes this young chick and you're running to her house every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And giving her all the attention because you're courting her, right?
Right.
So, I would feel a certain way if I was his kid.
Absolutely. 100%. And they are your father and, you don't want to disrespect them or anything like that. But in the same sense, he is the parent. It is his job to parent. He doesn't have to be best friends with the kids, but he does have to parent. Yes, all of these.
That's right, Rita. Remember that? Remember when he was kissing her?
Could you imagine?
And listen, John Yates did the best, not because I love John and I'm friends with him, but let's be real. In Sister Wives history, John had the best interview, hands down, from a family member ever, where the most information was spewed ever. Not even Sukanya got the information.
Not Sukanya Christian. All right. Not Sukanya Christian.
And I love me some Sukanya, okay? But not even she. And you heard Paedon loud and clear. He didn't miss a beat. He said what was up. And this is all what it is.
thank you for that. And like, let me like piggyback off what you just said real quick. Cause the Paedon interview is getting like a lot of steam again. Like people are rewatching it now, which I'm happy for. Like,
Hey,
it's getting a lot more views because the show started again. And I'm seeing the comments. Why is John interrupting everything that Paedon says? It's like the same comment over and over again. And let me be clear and frank about the whole Paedon thing. Because, all right, so it was me and Maria W. We were here in my house. She was here.
Notice.
And like we had our sister wives. It was like, our tell all, like the last episode of the season recap. And Kody, right or wrong, me and Maria were sitting on the couch.
Mhm.
And I said, maybe I should should I DM Paedon? Because, me and Paedon have talked back and forth here and there on IG. And I'm like, should I DM Paedon and, see if he'll come up? Like, just like roll on the, like, we never thought that he would
say yes.
Yes.
So he literally, John literally had less than 5-minute notice for a 3-hour interview where
but
more
this was not
information.
like nobody knew.
It wasn't planned.
This wasn't a planned live. I had 30 seconds and Paedon came up and he was backstage. And I'm like, oh my God, he's backstage.
So the question should be, how did you manage to get 3 hours of information that no one's ever gotten with 5 minutes notice? That would be my
because
question.
he wouldn't be because Paedon wouldn't shut up.
Yeah,
Well, I'm tired
It was
of like,
like word vomit. And I loved every second of it.
The comments are like, oh, John keeps over talking Paedon, and like, John, blah blah blah. I'm the worst interviewer. But like, you have to understand, like, this wasn't planned at all. He came up 30 seconds before the live started. I threw it out there, and like, we caught it.
But what was so great about it is, it wasn't even like an interview. It was like you were talking to him over the phone. And because of that, he answered so much more than if it would have been a planned, prepped interview.
And like, you have to understand, like, I've been watching this show and talking about it for like, since season 1 in 2010. Okay. Right. So I had 12 years worth of questions for Paedon. And, people were like, ask him this, ask him this, ask him this. And like, it was a lot. And like, if I didn't cut it off at the 3-hour mark, which I regret now, because I said we're at 3 hours and like, we should end this live. Paedon kept going.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I just kept asking questions as me, like a fan and a viewer and whatnot, never thinking that Paedon would ever, because no Brown family member has ever come up and spoken before publicly. Never. Now
I have a question because I've been asked this actually. What month was that interview again?
January.
So just so I'm aware, like just so I get the whole picture, you actually got that interview after this Christmas they're discussing?
Yeah.
Correct.
So so now people, okay guys, you really need to go back and watch it again. Because now that you're equipped with what's really happening leading up to John talking to Paedon, his words have a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
Because now we know where he was really in his life.
And watching this show now, like, Paedon, again, what we're seeing on the show was filmed 2 years ago almost.
Right.
So what Paedon said on this interview was up until January.
That's right.
2023.
That's what I'm trying.
And we're watching footage from like, September, October, November of 2021. So that's
Paedon
2 years ago.
Paedon and John are a tell-all.
It was a fantastic. And I mean, to John's credit, I mean, you were, like you had said, you were taken off balance. Like, and I've seen you do interviews before, you dress nicely and, you do take it seriously.
I would have wore a tuxedo if I knew that Paedon was going to come up with a top hat.
I don't think it would have worked that way.
It was a fantastic interview.
When I say I messaged him at like 30 seconds before I started with the link, I go, we're talking about the show. Here's the link if you want to come up. Like, never thinking in a million years he'd ever do it.
Yeah.
you know, so when he came up, like I was
And he was like,
fangirling,
okay, give me 5 minutes.
you know,
And,
And
like,
you had zero time.
to all the people who are like, well, you interrupted. How many cast members have you interviewed and been on
thank
your
you.
channel? You know, when we talk, it's a dialogue. We're not telling you what happens on
Right.
Sister Wives and giving
That's
our
Right.
unfiltered opinion, and you can't talk. I mean, we're reading the comments, we're talking to each other.
So how
Right.
many times have you guys seen after we do a live the next day, there'll always be a couple comments that we talk over each other, mainly me. And you know, it's fine. I know, but people don't realize we're having a conversation.
Yes.
Exactly.
So come sit in my family at Christmas at the table. You can't hear a word. So I get it. I get what they're saying, but
Right.
that's just when 4 people talk or 2, it's a conversation. You're going to talk over each other. It's hard not to.
Right. It's like, pass the potatoes. Come on.
Yeah, not only that, but there's like a 10-second lag between
Right.
us
That's right.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we don't know that we're talking over each other until we're mid-sentence.
Yes.
True.
True.
You got to
I
take
think
that into accountability too,
I
people.
think that, including me, everyone needs to go back and rewatch it.
But you
Mhm.
have to
It
understand,
was
like,
great.
I never like I never thought he was gonna come
Laura.
up. And like once he came up, like I wanted questions for 12 years of footage.
Right.
And like, you know, and Paedon was he happy obliged, but like, you know, I'm just so tired of people saying like he keeps cutting Paedon off. It wasn't a planned interview. This was done 30 seconds before we started that live.
Right.
Yeah, Little Shoe. I was just going to bring that up. I don't think we're going to have that opportunity again because I'm pretty sure he gave so much information that he definitely got a stern
Yeah.
talking.
No, he did. I can tell you that he did. And like, you know, no Brown family member has ever publicly spoke about the family before. I was the one that had that. You know,
I have to tell you, out of the 72 Browns, had you have reached out to anyone beside Peyton, it would never happen.
Nope.
He's a talker. And
Yeah.
Christine said it last episode. He's a talker. He likes to talk. He divulges a lot. And I really believe that had you have written that to anyone else, you wouldn't have got it.
he's
Wouldn't
the
have got
only
an
one I ever
answer.
talked to in the family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I was reposting Peyton's TikToks about like his dad, and I'm like, I'm on your side. You know, he's crap. And he would thank me for it. Like, you know, if I would repost Peyton's TikTok on my IG, he would message me and say thank you for like, you know, getting the word out. I'm like, no problem. Like, I'm on your side, bro. Like, you know,
Right.
and he's the only person from the Brown family I ever had direct correspondence with. Like you know, well, Mary too. I talked to Mary. So, but I talked to Mary back in 2016 on Periscope years ago. So, you know, and you know, Mary was not going to be as, what's the word I'm looking
Definitely
for?
not.
You know,
She's not going to be as forthcoming.
forthcoming
Yeah.
as Paedon was going to be, you know. So, yeah. So
I strongly advise that, like I said, including myself, we all need to rewatch it because now that we know what was happening those months, his words are going to make more sense, even before, even more than they did then.
But you should, rewatch the Paedon stuff because, like, you know, it was in January, and like this stuff was still filmed in 2021, late 2021. So everything that Paedon still says now said on my live back in January still holds water because, you know, it's
We're still watching it.
right.
There.
Yep.
So yeah.
But you know, it's during.
Stop telling me I couldn't walk.
Yeah. But it's funny because, you know, while Peyton did divulge enough, you know, Kody is still blaming Christine for the demise of their polygamist ways. Oh, you know, and it's, you know, we know from Paedon, no, that really wasn't. You know, it truly was because Kody has favorites and he's not going to ever admit that.
Mm-hmm.
Interview Robin. Oh yeah, no, that would be
Mhm.
She
I
would cry
Cry the whole time.
I couldn't deal with her crying the whole time.
No.
Saying she's
Yeah.
innocent. All right,
It's
so
like-
let's go back to the conversation that Janelle and
But before we go back to that, can I just say,
okay.
I have never wanted a roll more than I did after this episode because
They do look delicious.
rolls, the rolls. I mean, I want Christine's rolls. She should really go with this and make some rolls and get them out there.
Mhm.
Bad idea.
Just wondering if you could like freeze the dough,
I
And
want
then-
that
For
roll
sure.
recipe
bake them
ASAP.
later.
ASAP. That's all.
Didn't somebody say last week that she has a YouTube channel where she does
Yes.
recipes?
She does. It's on TLC's
and I have to-
YouTube channel. It's called
Okay.
Cooking with Just Christine.
You
There you
never
go.
know.
Oh, and you saw
Yes.
what was that comment she wrote today? She said yesterday somebody said, "Are you watching Sister Wives with your fiance?" She goes, "Yes, I am." She goes, "It's funny because there was a Stir commercial,
I did see that, and that's
she goes,
where
and that's how we met."
it's a very serendipitous.
That's right, Applejacks. He really
But
does.
you know, it's funny because Kody blames Janelle for going in the in between them and the children. But how else were the kids going to get any information because Kody wasn't reaching out to them?
Right.
He wasn't explaining anything to anyone other than, you have to wear a hazmat suit if you walk outside the house.
It must be all that hot water that Cody's drinking that's just turning
Oh
him crazy.
Lord.
That was weird. Like, it's the only way I can get warm. Like, you've never complained about being cold in the past. So, it is just weird.
And then we'll get there in a second. I'm not even going to say that yet. So it's awkward. They're there. Janelle's like, you wanted the kids to apologize. Cody's saying, no, I just want to have a conversation. It's that same back and forth over and over again. And
Yeah, she does call him out saying, like, we never got your official list of rules until March.
Right.
And then he's still blaming his children for going out and getting COVID, yet Brianna gave him COVID. Where did she get it? Because I'm pretty sure him and the nanny were going back and forth.
Doesn't even matter. She's a golden child.
Yeah. So apparently, and we know now that the transmission of COVID has no rhyme or reason.
Right.
I got it from my dad. My mom, who slept right next to him, didn't have a symptom, not one.
Yeah.
It was just like luck of the draw. Seemingly genetics.
Kody couldn't stand the fact that, like, when Janelle said, well, we're getting an Airbnb for the family because all the kids are coming in except Maddie and Caleb, right? And then we're going to get this Airbnb, and then, you know what? And Christine's going to be there. And Kody did not know whether to shit or go blind.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
Janelle said that. That's how it is.
Well, I mean, he's so Captain Caveman. No, I'm not going to go to the Airbnb. No, I'm not. You guys can come to my house and celebrate.
They're not allowed. And, they're not allowed to go to his house. Robin, every time they're at Robin's house, they're outside, and it's so cold, which we see. And they're all coming out in jackets and mittens and, scarves with fire pits and stuff. And but come to Robin's house. We'll spend the holidays outside in the freezing Flagstaff winter.
We'll get a bonfire going that day.
Sure.
And they both had COVID. Janelle had COVID.
Mhm.
Everyone had it. So why are they still doing this crap?
Because Kody is so terrified and he needs
And they're
another
vaccinated.
excuse for staying away from his family.
That's how I see it.
He's a chicken shit.
Because they had COVID, they were vaccinated, all the things, but yet he still doesn't want to be around anyone.
See, Kody kind of strikes me as an anti-vaxxer, but that's just me.
It doesn't matter.
Right, but
Let's not open up the can of worms.
Yeah, no.
So
you know, because he seems like that rebel against society.
Rebel, against being a good father and
Exactly.
a good husband.
that's more like it. Yeah.
But it seems like he's rebelling against polygamy.
You know, and
Janelle
I
says,
found it.
you want to be a monogamous husband.
And now he is. He got his wish. He got
And
his wish.
I think it's funny because Kody at this point, this is what Brooklyn brought up earlier. He's like looking into the camera and it's like, this is the biggest act job I've seen. You know, it's like you can tell he's just playing it to the camera. And then he gets mad at Janelle because he says, you're co-parenting more with Christine than you are with me. But Christine was the primary caregiver for the children.
Right.
Like, we don't know why Robin needs a nanny, but she also didn't rely on the family in order to help with her children. Hi,
Hey,
Addie.
Addie.
There you
Hey,
go,
Addie.
And Addie. One.
Addie says, too terrified to go to his daughter's surgery. Isabel, right? Was it Isabel?
Yes.
Mhm.
But not too terrified to dance like a chicken at the wedding. Oh my God, you said Sands. I love you so much more. Even
What does
if I
that
were
mean?
7 of 9, I'd say I would say to you, Addie. That's
What does Sans mean?
Without.
Sans means without mask or distance.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
Yeah,
love
you got sans your wedding ring without.
When you say SANS is sans, that means without.
Never heard that in my life.
Oh my
Yep.
God, it's my
either.
favorite word.
I love
Don't feel
that.
bad, Brooklyn.
Every
Me
day.
either.
I just know it because they always say, you know, like Angelina Jolie was potted sans ring.
Yeah, that means
Joe
without.
Jonas.
That's what sans means. And I love you, Addie, for so much for saying. I love you. I'm so happy you're here. So that sans, like, you know, I say it all the time.
And
I'm rubbing off on people. It must be.
you know, and Kody gets so bent out of shape with this. You know, it's like Janelle brings up Robin. Well, I guess, you know, Robert, you know, Rhonda is the be all end all and never makes a mistake. And, you know, he's like, that's when he totally loses his shit. And then they're both saying gaslit. He's like, you're just saying that because I said it. It's like, okay, not my word. I can call you a stinker, but don't you call me a stinker.
Right.
It's just like, come on, Kody. You know, and they're just, I don't think I've ever seen Janelle this angry. I mean, she was kind of scary where like she's very composed and she's so angry. I'm like, eek.
I don't know. I feel like he was putting on a show. He had so many of
Oh,
those.
100%.
Mhm.
He knew it was filmed. He knew it was going to go down. And I think for her, she knew also, but she got into it. She wanted to tell him some stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Amber.
And he
Yeah,
definitely
for real.
wants the women to make the choice about leaving, except for Christine.
Smear it on your face.
Right.
No, I got to turn off. I'll be right back.
Oh,
No,
Don
it's-
Yates, please.
With the mayonnaise.
disgusting.
There you go, Addie. I hope you're happy. I just
I
puked in my mouth. Okay. I
fathom-
hope you're happy.
I can't even
Me
fathom.
and Addie
how-
share a lot of several like bonds together, and you'll never understand it. So that was for her.
You love Addie to death, but this mayonnaise thing, it literally makes me gag.
Well, I'm sorry for you.
Oh.
But that's how we run.
It's skeeve.
So
Literally skeeves me out.
that was for my girl Addie, right there. You know what? Try a scoopful of mayo, and
No.
Thank you.
I think you'll think differently. I'm sorry.
Just put it on some bread with some bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes.
I will not think differently on that one.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second. So what were we talking about? Why is no one talking now? I feel so weird.
Mayo.
You know, and then, you know, Kody
You
ends
flipped your
up.
page. I'm not sure what we were saying, but you
So-
just flipped your page.
So how do you like rationalize to your wives, again, not being a good father? How do you rationalize that you do not go with your daughter who literally says, I want my daddy there, and cries that he's not there. You don't go with her for major spinal surgery, major, okay? But you can go to the wedding and the ear piercing and I understand her surgery was a little bit before that, okay? But if anything was going to make, like, if he was going to do anything, that should have been it. How do you come back from that? I don't know.
Well,
You all know, as a parent, I would die for my child. I could never not be there for my child.
Well, we now know that he doesn't have a relationship with, 70 out of 72 children.
Sophie.
not 70 out of 72.
Yeah, so
No,
I guess he thought he couldn't come back from that.
Sophie,
And
you're
just
wrong.
bounced.
Robin has 5 kids, so 67 out of 72.
67 out of 72 children. Thank you, John.
But I do see that, like Paedon did say, like, I guess there's a little rift, if I remember correctly, between him and Kody and Dayton. Like Dayton was living out in the fifth wheel.
Listen,
So if they have a fifth wheel, why didn't Janelle buy that one or use that one?
They're rolling Flagstaff. Let's be honest.
What's that?
Dayton's the reason they're rolling Flagstaff.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, well, Paedon said that.
Yeah.
100%.
Again, watch the Paedon interview, and
That's right.
you'll see that. So,
But I also think Paedon said that, Dayton was trying to, like, deuce out on, want some independence. But they keep following me.
Wow.
It's a little crazy. But Janelle feels like some of her life choices are coming. It's easier now to understand. We're at the reunion. She says we're separated.
let me make this clear. I would never put Miracle Whip on a spoon and eat it. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but it's Hellmann's. That Hellmann's brand is the official sponsor of the John Yates channel. So we will never be eating Miracle Whip or Dukes or whatever. We're a Hellmann's channel here. Okay.
You also use it as a hair mask is the real question. That's the real question here.
Oh my God. I love my people. I really do. I love all of you. And I needed a laugh after like the last 3 days, man. I really do. Like God. Oh, if you only knew.
Bring out the Hellmann's, you bring out the best.
Nice play on words there.
Like we're a Hellmann's brand in this household here. And
a Hellmann's check after this is a problem. Big problem.
You know, we're Hellmann's here. Like Miracle Whip is just Satan's queefs. I don't know what to tell you about Miracle Whip. I just don't like it. So moving forward.
Miracle Whip stands. I'm trying.
I only like Miracle Whip on my BLTs. Everything else is mayonnaise.
I'm trying to use the word in a sentence. Get it?
Apparently not.
No. No.
Whatever.
All right. So where were we?
Yeah. Thank you, Sophie, for bringing us back home.
She's tired. It's past her bedtime too.
All right. So,
Thank you, Kody.
Janelle and Kody keep going back and forth. You know, I'm gaslighting. You're manipulating, like, you know, and like, can gaslight be stricken from like the vocabulary of everybody on earth, please?
Oh my gosh, it's such the new cute buzzword.
How do you say it though? Stricken or strucken?
Stricken and strucken is what I'm saying.
Is it stricken or is it strucken?
Is it stricken or is it strucken? I don't know.
Is it Leon or is it
Is it Hellman's or is it
No,
Bear
Get us
Grip? I
back
don't
on track,
know.
Sophie.
Okay,
Cody,
so
you devil, you.
I know. I'm sorry. Spank me on my ass for that one. Give me a good slappies. Oh no.
it is.
Criddle, gaslight, and triggered. Both
Oh
of
Yeah.
those
God,
words
so
are
overused.
extremely
And bully.
overused.
Don't forget bully. That's a whole overused.
Yeah, that too.
I hear gaslight like my penis turns into a vagina when I hear
There
that.
you go.
That's how tired I am of hearing that word.
Just like Janelle's fifth wheel.
Oh God, Cody. All right, so
So basically, Cody's like, I'm not going to listen to you, and storms out. She tries to grab his jacket, and he's like, no, I'm leaving because I'm not listening. And she's like,
And he
gave him
goes,
a big old
what's
fuck
a
you.
drink? Did he pour water? That was a weird time to get a water.
he was getting his water to go.
That
He
was
Yeah.
was so
You're in a
so mad
passionate
at
fight,
Janelle.
you're gonna
He
go
went
pour
into
your
the
water?
kitchen and he went to the kitchen and he was like, I'm over this conversation, Janelle. Let me get my to-go hot water and I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave.
It was so strange.
Yeah, it's just, it's the new. So, for those asking, gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which the abuser attempts to sow self doubt or confusion in their victims' minds.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Merriam-Webster.
Someone was asking, what does it mean? So I showed them.
All right, so the end of the conversation is that they're fighting. He gets his hot water to go, and Janelle's like, you're a gaslighter, and he's like, you're a manipulator, and blah 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 blah. So Cody leaves. Janelle tries to grab his jacket on the way out and says, no bitch, you're not going anywhere. And Cody's like, I'm not going to listen to you because I'm Cody Brown and screw you. And, Janelle tells him to fuck you.
She wanted
And whatever.
him to hear her. She wanted him to hear her and to fix the crap with her sons. He was not having it. He's not doing it.
No,
Yeah,
he
no,
doesn't care.
And you know what? She's done. She really is done.
Yep.
I mean, he gets mad because, she talks to the children because he's like, well, you need to tell them this, you need to tell them that, and then gets mad because she tells him this or that. And, she needs to stop infringing on his role as a father. Then act like a father, bud. I mean,
Yeah.
it's super simple.
And then she was like, you wanted me to choose you over my biological children.
Never happening.
That was not going to happen.
Never happening.
No.
I can speak as a mother, love my husband, but let's be real. My kids come first.
I don't think that Cody realized that he's replaceable.
Oh, he knows now.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he knows now.
Got an engagement ring on her finger.
He has one wife left. Of course.
And he's sitting there like,
Fun.
oh my God. Like,
I would love more than anything, God forgive me, next season for us to see Robin leaving him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
I'm just saying,
I know you're team Robin, Brooklyn, which
I'm not.
it's fine.
No, I'm not, but I'm saying in an ideal world for him to get what's coming to him, she would turn around and say, you know what? I don't want this. I wanted a polygamy lifestyle and I'm done. Then I would be like, nice.
And Robin came from a monogamous relationship, right? Like, and
Correct.
So Janelle's saying that, like, you give all your attention to Robin, and Christine's saying you give all your attention to Robin, and Mary's saying you give all your attention to Robin. But
they're all wrong, and he doesn't.
They're all wrong, right?
That's why you only have one wife.
It's like a knife to the heart. That's what Cody says. Oh man. Oh man.
That's why
He
you
gets so passionate, it's almost funny.
At least it wasn't to the kidneys. I don't think his other one could have taken it.
Oh man. This is crazy. So then the next scene, we have them all meeting at, like, was it Robin's house or Mary's house?
They went to Mary's house.
They wanted to butter her up so she would do Christmas Eve at her house.
Exactly.
Right.
And Mary's like, well, do I invite Janelle? Like, I'm stuck here and, like, in the middle, don't know what to do.
I bet you Robin and Janelle, and I bet you that Christine and Janelle maybe talk to Mary 3 times a year when necessary.
What's
Guaranteed.
really happening at Mary and Robin's house that no one can ever go inside their houses? I want to know what's happening.
House, maybe it's because she has her business stuff out everywhere. And
I don't care.
Yeah,
I want to know why camera crews can't set foot inside of Robin's house and now Mary's house.
Very true. I would love to know the answer.
And like, Kody's like, it's so cold. Like, it's winter's here. Like, I need hot water and, like, whatever. But, like, yet they go to, they all sit outside and can't, like, what's happening in these houses? I want to know.
I agree. And even if Mary's business, I mean, from what I remember, Mary's house is pretty big, and she could have very easily, like, film in the kitchen, film in the living room. It just, it's so weird to me that
Kody is complaining it's cold out. He needs to, like, go to Janelle's and drink hot water from the tap so, like, he can get warmed up. But yet, all your scenes now
Or outside. Come on.
Huh?
Then there has to be a reason, and there has to.
What are you doing behind the scenes that we can go into your house?
I think that their houses are a disaster.
And
they don't want that seen on TV.
Well,
Sophie, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so either, Sophie. I don't.
When Mary did those Friday night conversations with her friend Jen, she would be home, and her house was spotless in the background.
No.
But they are the only two that follow Kody's crap rules. So maybe they have a thing with going in the house. I don't know. I really don't know.
That could be it.
It's just weird to me, like how they had to meet outside all the time in the middle of winter,
right?
Like drinking hot water to get your blood pumping again. But you can't go inside the house. It's all outside shots. Like, come on, man. Like, what's
at least get that fire roaring a little earlier so that when you are sitting by the fire, it's putting out some heat. I mean, you can't be just starting the bugger and, expect heat to come out.
What are they hiding in their houses?
I don't know. Something.
Yeah, it's odd because, I mean, clearly Christine's okay with filming in her home and Janelle's okay with filming in her little humble abode. But I did notice that Mary, Janelle, Kody, and Robin all filmed the same, and like in the same confessional room. Because there's a plant in the background that's in every single shot.
Yeah, well, that's how that works. They
set that up.
Yeah.
They set that up. Just like when I was on Say Yes to the Dress and I did the interview in a broom closet, they set it up to look like something it's not.
Okay.
I mean, that's the truth. That's what it is.
All TLC shows, by the way, is Say Yes to the Dress, Sister Wives, 90 Day Fiance. But okay, but we're the idiots, right? Like, that. But why, I don't know, why are they outside? Why can't we see Robin's house inside?
I mean, at this point, is he still cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over the guidelines?
Oh, Lizzie Pop, thank you.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you, Lizzie.
That is so sweet.
Very sweet.
I appreciate that. And I know what it's like to be broke, honey. So I
all
really
do.
appreciate it.
Same.
Hopefully it
Like, I really do.
wrong with the top.
But it just, I did like, just to back up a little bit, I did like the fact that Christine and Janelle are going to continue their Christmas, traditions and make new ones. But I thought it was sad because, I think Mary took a lot of joy in, getting everyone their Christmas jammies, and they probably took a picture and, and she's truly asking Kody, like, what am I supposed to do? Because she makes an excellent point. If I spend Christmas at Robin and Kody's, I'm at Robin and Kody's. But if we spend Christmas at my house, it's not Mary and Kody, it's Mary's house.
Did you guys know that we have a say yes to dress like aficionado on my panel?
Oh, here we go.
Did you know that?
You do now. You know
I
now.
said it.
You know, did you guys know that?
Not that it's important information. Next.
Wait.
I need to.
Kody's now Kody's
Wait a
involved.
minute.
Wait,
Wait.
We'll save that for another live, Brooklyn.
Oh, Lord.
Don't want to put you on the spot today.
Girl, you know I'm going to be calling you in about 10 minutes.
There you go.
Don't. How come we didn't talk about this over like the broccoli rabe and the seafood salad?
Kody,
Oh, girl. Geez, good.
It's an experience. That's all I'll say. But yes, when you do an interview, you are in the broom closet, sitting on a milk crate.
Very, very glamorous.
And the truth. And it's about 85 degrees in that room. And you have to say everything in present tense, which is not the way you're used to speaking. So it takes forever because they will say, no, you can't say I liked it. You have to say like it's in front of you right now. Oh, I love this dress, even though it was 5 hours ago.
And you really didn't care for the dress too much.
Right. Well, I do. You can say your opinion, honestly, but.
Did you love the dress?
No, I hated every one, but you have to. This is why my episode was so popular and played 1,000 times. I believe we were in the top 10 worst families twice.
That's funny.
Twice.
Or worst entourage, shall I say. But here's the thing. It taught me so much about reality TV and what's true and what's not. And you film for like 15 hours for like a 3-minute thing. And again, you have to speak in the present tense. So when you're watching these people in their confessionals, that takes a lot of work. That's hours and hours long.
That's like when people refer to themselves in third person.
I could see why they're used to it now. So like you have to have a conversation with one of the producers and they sit on the other milk crate and they go back and forth.
Not the other milk crate.
When she brought out this dress and you said blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I said that. No, you have to say what you said. And I'm like, it's just a different way of speaking. And it's very hard to get used to.
Did you actually pick a dress that they actually picked out for you, or did you find one?
No, it wasn't you getting married on that.
So it wasn't me getting married. It was my cousin Bonner. And very quickly, I decided, because I think I had like a lapse in judgment, I decided to cut my hair short, dye it flaming red, wear shoulder pads when I was on steroids.
Shoulder pads?
Linebacker.
Oh, my God.
Shoulder pads?
What's the episode right now so I can watch?
Exactly. What episode is this?
It was bad. It was really bad. But I had my aunt who didn't speak good English as the mom. I had my nonna from Italy, and I was like the voice of the group, So they would say, all right, well, go and look at other dresses and we'll film you. And, so I had to go pick a dress and bring it in. And then certain things I said, they switched it around to make me look like a beast. So true story. I'll tell you guys something. It's 2 seconds. So they tell you only what night. They don't even give you a free copy, TLC. They tell you like what night it's going to air. So of course my whole family got together. So the guy, Randy Finoli, he tweets live during new episodes. So when my episode was on, he tweeted hashtag Italian problems. Can you believe this maid of honor? And then there was 9,000 comments about how I need a muzzle. If I was their maid of honor,
Wow.
it was awful. And of course, I was younger back then. I was like, oh.
That's
And then
funny.
I'll tell you guys this, and this was years ago, but when you sign that one piece of paper, they could do whatever they want. So, you know, when you're watching TLC and there'll be like a reoccurring commercial for, let's say, Geico, and it'll say Geico loves TLC, and it'll show like a clip of a couple shows. They decided to use a clip from our show of me and my cousin. So for 6 months, that freaking stripe shoulder pad blazer and my big chubby face was in that Geico ad for TLC. I had family come from out of state.
Thanks,
and
Miss
they wanted
Huron.
to go to Manhattan, and they wanted to go to the San Gennaro Festival. So I said, we'll bring you. So we took the train in, and we got a cab. And now in New York, the cabs have TV screens, and they play like disgusting TLC. So we get in the cab. This is like a year later. We get in the cab. We're on our way. And
Is
boop,
it playing
there's
in the back seat?
my face and my big mouth on the TV screen. Haunts me till this day.
That's funny.
We filmed
Oh my
13
God.
hours on Valentine's Day. They did not give us a bottle of water, not a chocolate. And I have to tell you guys, you don't
Wait,
get
Brooklyn. Not a
You
bottle
didn't
of
get
water
chocolate?
or a
Really?
chocolate.
nothing. And
These Nazis. Wow.
15 hours
Crazy.
of filming on Valentine's Day. And I want to tell you
Not
guys,
even a rose. Wow.
get 10 cents off the dress, not even free alterations. You get nothing for filming that show.
Wow.
Wow.
I would think honestly, like at the very least, like I know she's saying like, you know, water and chocolate, but I mean, you're spending a hot minute there. Like the least I could do is give you a
15
stinking glass of
hours.
water.
So I did
How
ask
long?
for water.
For, you know, Dome.
I did ask for a water. They gave me like the little one that was like warm. And I went in the bathroom and I was like, these mother jumpers.
That's funny.
But you know, I went in the bathroom and I was mic'd and I forgot. And I was like saying the producer was an asshole and the other one was a jerk. When I came out, they were so mean to me for the rest of the day.
It's
I
funny.
have to say, that forgetting your mic thing, that's a real thing.
That's funny.
Anyway, that was my jargon. Back to Sister Wives.
So yeah, so they're at Mary's house, and Mary's like, you know, do I invite Janelle to Christmas Eve? And Robin's like, don't do it. And then Cody's like, I want people here who love me, and like I don't like you would want your. Oh my God, so
Yeah.
crazy.
Like, you know, God forbid that you want to get together with your children.
He don't give a crap.
Yeah, he's
Oh, and I realize also there's not one word about what's his name? Neil? No, not Neil. What's Mariah?
Leon.
Leon. Mary
Well,
never spoke
Leon
about
was still
Leon.
Mariah at that point.
But there's not a word about her. Like she don't bring her up ever.
right.
Because
She
she's
doesn't
in
say, you know,
Chicago.
like Mariah's going to be in
Right.
with Audrey, you know, anything. She doesn't mention like, oh, hey, is my kid
And
invited?
now Mariah, Leon, Aubrey are all the same sex and
Right.
living
Audrey.
woman, I guess. I don't know. But Mariah, Leon, Aubrey. Like I don't know what to make of it,
Wait, the
but
three people?
well, there's I don't.
How many people?
Aubrey have a new name, I wonder.
I'm confused.
Mary is ride or die for Leon. I mean, and
Listen, she's
Well,
got
that's her only daughter, so
Yeah.
son, I guess now, or not son, or not daughter,
Child.
They.
child.
Like I
Child.
don't know what to say on
Child.
that one. Like
We're just going to stick with child.
they. Like I don't know.
Can I just make a
So-
comment? I want you all
Yeah.
to know that
It might
last
be
week
like
when
that,
John
like
wasn't
maybe.
here, we did this whole thing in like 56 minutes. And I said, when John comes back, get ready for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I told you, like, listen, we're at an hour and 20 minutes, but like, yeah.
We're almost done with the episode, little turd balls.
We're doing good.
Are we
Yes.
done with the episode?
Almost, yeah.
I just want to know, like, why, like, if you're outside Robin's house, or I guess Mary's house now,
Find that out.
why they had to sit in the cold.
Well, I mean,
And-
They can't film out there.
Kody gets mad because, he's saying that, his kids relied less and less on them and more on their parent. But, when you're only around, even when things were going well, once every 4 days, like you learn not to rely on that person. Like, oh, hey, if I need help with my homework, I can only, on this day and this day or this day, and otherwise I'm going to SO out.
I don't think they rely on him for anything.
Yeah.
at all.
And, I think that that's something that he's forgetting. His kids are older. They don't need him. And at this point, we don't even know if they still want him.
Or is it
in their lives.
that
He's
he
got a
doesn't-
lot of jealousy when it comes to Janelle's relationship with Christine. He's got a hard on,
Oh, yeah.
a bad hard on for
Oh,
that.
for sure.
Yeah. She, and I think it maybe galls him because they are getting along and that
yeah.
they
Oh,
are getting together as a family for Christmas, even though it's not exactly on that holiday, but
Thank you, Janelle.
they're carrying on their own family traditions.
And Janelle, well, I don't know if Janelle was the only like original polygamist of the group, right?
No. Janelle came from monogamy. Janelle was like, Christine has like Christine was like, entrenched in polygamy. Like Christine was like a name in that community.
Okay.
Janelle was
She
never like
Oh.
part of that.
No.
John, did you see the
Christine
picture
was the
Janelle
big
posted on vacation with her sister?
Huh?
Did you see the picture Janelle posted last week on vacation with her sister?
No.
You cannot believe that. I think they're twins. They're identical.
Yeah, they do look a lot alike. I do
Why?
remember that.
And not only was Janelle like did not grow up, in a polygamous lifestyle, like then she married Kody, and then Janelle's mom who's married to Cody's dad now?
Oh,
Something like
what?
that.
And also Kody didn't grow up in polygamy either. Like,
The only one who really grew up in polygamy was Christine, right?
And maybe Mary.
I don't think.
Oh, okay.
No,
No, I don't
mean,
Mary did either.
Robin would have came from the Jessups.
Robin grew up Robin's a Jessup.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's a big name. Like
Right.
in like the polygamy stuff. So like, Kody, his mouth was full like mine does all the time when he said a Jessup.
Wow.
So Kody had Christine from like her like roots based in polygamy, and then Robin, who's a Jessup. Janelle was like came from a normal life.
That's probably why he divorced Mary and married Robin, just so that he could be a part of it.
He told Mary to do that to keep her on the
That's
show.
what they say.
So allegedly.
That's what they say.
Allegedly.
But he probably
But
wanted to
whatever.
have his roots in there.
I do feel bad for Mary at this point because she really is damned either way. Because if she, regardless of what she does, it feels like she's going to be picking a side, even if she's not.
Well, poor Mary. And Mary had her chance to run all those years ago with Sam.
Hey, Brandy.
And the lesbian lover that she
Well,
Right.
Sam also, aka lesbian lover. And that failed on Mary's part. So Mary since then has been like, trying to like, make Kody happy however she can. And like, Mary, when there's no toilet paper in the house, and that's what Kody wipes his ass with, is with Mary, because she did him so dirty.
Thank you, Sharon.
At least, like,
Thank you.
Thank you.
at least, like, at the end
Aw,
of the
thank you.
day,
And thank you, Jewel.
Mary knows that she has a B&B out of all this.
And Janelle has nothing. A
So,
fifth wheel, I guess.
Hey, I was gonna say, like, at least Mary has that.
Right.
But Janelle is broke, and that is so hard for me to swallow because, again, she fed that family for 20 years and worked her butt off.
She sure
And
did.
not even a bank book, not even her own, like nothing. At her
That's why
age,
she bought that fifth wheel. You know, it's the only equity she has in her name. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And that's why Christine, when she sold
I-
her house, she kept the profits.
Tell me, Rita, you say it, girl. I know it because
Well, that's what Christine
break your ass
right, John?
and to wind up where she's at, and forget all of that, all right?
And
Forget the
Coyote
fact that
Pass,
she
but I'm
worked all
taking
those
everything
years.
from my house.
Forget the fact that she had all those children for him. How about let's just say, forget all that. Let's say she never worked. She's been on this show for 10 years. Where is all this money? 10 years on this show.
Right, everybody else. Exactly.
And now here's the tea part.
Thank you, Brooklyn. Yes.
Mary's suing Kody and Robin for fraud, coercion over a Flagstaff move.
Stop it right now.
There
Stop.
you go.
Is that true, though?
It's an article.
It's being posted. So
I would love if it was, but I love it more if Janelle was suing.
But like seriously, like Brooklyn, like yes, like every single wife is working. Even Christine, even though she was
But Cody, Janelle was working way before the show. She was paying the bills for
Thank you.
years.
Yes.
Thank you, Jewel.
Thank you.
Jewel.
Thank you, Jewel.
Thank you.
I was trying to find the
Hold
info.
I just want to say thank all of you guys. You guys have been so generous, and I love doing this and seeing you guys reply back because that's what like makes us enjoy doing this. You know, like you guys are so engaged. Thank you so much. But yeah, I can't. You know what it is? I'm a wife. I'm a mother, but I work a lot, and everybody on this panel pretty much knows my schedule. I work 6 days. I work 10 to 12-hour days.
We know that you work a lot. Yeah.
I am not going to be 53, 54 years old and have nothing. It's not going to happen.
mean, you know, she even says herself, she never would have thought that this wouldn't have worked out. She really put all of her eggs in one basket. Unfortunately, you know, I think this is going to teach her children the you know, both boys and girls a very valuable lesson. Like, you know, when you're getting older, you need to make sure that you have things in your name, and you know.
But what gets me more upset is if listen, people lose everything. It happens every day.
Yeah.
People file bankruptcy after being on the top of the world, having the most money. That's one thing. But to see her in that apartment and to see Robin in $1 million home.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard.
That's the part that really gets me. Okay.
And then Cody's saying, well, I gave Janelle the opportunity to buy her own house and she didn't want to do it.
She didn't want to do it because she wanted to build on the land, you bonehead.
She also didn't want to overextend them. She wanted to get the land going. Listen, buying another house meant taking out another huge mortgage under her name.
And then that means less money for them to come up with this payment.
They're seeing your arms flailing, Kody, in the corner.
Because
of the
I know
screen.
sign language.
Okay, so
I know sign language. So and
boy, we've missed you too.
We have really.
That just gets me. And
Yeah.
as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, if I had to, okay, let's just say we're not polygamous, obviously. Let's just say me and my husband are married 30 years, we get divorced. He marries a new woman. She's never worked. They have one child. I have 7 of his kids, let's say. Let's say we walk away from the divorce, I don't know, a couple $100,000 each. I can't afford to buy a new house. but he goes in and takes his 100 and gives it to her, and like couldn't see it. I couldn't physically. It would make me sick. I feel like Janelle, I don't know how she does it. That would kill me. It really would.
No, I would say it probably makes her sick as well.
Yeah, I'm probably not saying it right. It's not the same in the equation, but I think you guys get my point. It's
Oh yeah, for sure.
She's filming her little apartment, that's for sure.
But like, why does Kody care if she were staying at the penthouse on Trump Tower or in a broom closet at Kleinfeld's? You know, she's happy.
Why did he walk into that apartment and realize how small it was? I thought that's her husband. Isn't he supposed to be living with her half the time?
He was like, what is like a roach trap? Like his eyes.
So,
he was like, what is this place? Like,
when he saw that apartment for the first time, you know what that told us? A, he's never been there.
Yep.
B, he's never slept there for sure or even gone to help her. And C, he's never going to be there after seeing it.
True.
I mean, fuck. Like my house is bigger than Janelle's apartment right now.
Sure.
I guess we're winning.
You know
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
It doesn't matter. She's paying for it. She got a place. She has a roof over her head. It's not the fit.
No, it's great. No, we're team
Kody
Janelle here. Like, we're team Christine. We're team Janelle.
Of course we are. I'm just saying.
And after they got into it, Janelle said, I sat on it for about an hour and told him he's not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And then she told him to get his shit.
That's all it
go.
is. 30 an hour. What does that tell you? And by the way, how do you think if I'm so upset that she has to be in that apartment after everything she's done, how do you think her sons feel?
Oh, that probably makes them sick.
Seeing their mother.
They're gonna hate him even more.
Got it. If my husband, my son adores his father and they're so close. But if my husband so much as raises his voice to me, my son makes a face at me like he better not yell at you. Like he's, you know what I'm saying? He's protected.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how her sons feel seeing their mother living in a 2x4?
Yep. And Robin in $1 million house.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, a 4-acre $1 million house.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like Kody is not prepared for the conversation.
Mary's living in like Boo Radley's treehouse.
No,
so
she's living in like a
Christine's living like in a duplex in Salt Lake City. Janelle is living from the fifth wheel to like this 1-bedroom cramped apartment. And Robin is getting all of it. Robin, 4-acre house. Plenty of room for everybody, but nobody could ever see the inside of ever.
And then he goes and tells the world that Janelle could have had a house. Bullshit. Because Janelle, if she would have gotten that house, it would have been mortgaged to the hills. And she knew that. And she didn't want more debt in her name.
Black Swan, that's a good point. I think he lied to her and left her to believe her money was in the family pot when it was really invested in Robin's house, disguised as the family money.
I agree with you on that, Sophie. Yes,
well, that's actually true because she made a comment, Janelle. I think last season that I caught when she said, how could I have bought a house? My money's in Robin's house.
Yeah. Well, Mary and Christine said that too. But thankfully Christine was smart enough, not to, but like Christine knew what she was. Christine wanted out, so she knew what she was doing.
She was starting to get out at that.
Christine walked away financially so much better off than Janelle did.
Yeah.
And Mary, Lord, she got Mary has Lizzie's Heritage Inn over there, asshole Bend, Utah. So at least she has that going for her. And with her LuLaRoe, business. So Mary's okay. Christine's okay. But where's Janelle? And Janelle was the hardest working person in the family all these years.
That's my point.
And now Janelle don't got a pot to piss in.
A tiny apartment and a fifth wheel that's in
with
storage.
six kids.
It's really messed up. She had 6 of his kids, worked her ass off, and she got nothing.
And she always had the nicest car and
Yell at
everything
her
else too out of
in front of
everybody.
America and talk to her like that in front of the whole country, knowing that there's cameras in front of them, and then he walks out like an idiot.
And Mary needs to grow some balls. I'm sorry, Mary. But like, you telling Kody and Robin at like, your house in the backyard with the fire pit, because no one go inside anybody's houses for some fucking reason. But like, Mary, you should have been like, well, I'm going to invite Janelle and, Christine to Christmas Eve because they're all their kids, right?
But they're not going.
Right. But they're all their
already
kids.
said.
They're all their kids. So Mary raised Christine's kids and Janelle's kids, just like Janelle raised Mary's and Christine's, just like Christine raised Mary and Janelle's. And, I'm sorry, Mary, like, she's just trying to do whatever she can to get on Kody's good side after 7 years now? Like, Mary,
Give me a break.
Please stop. Mary, stop.
Move on already.
And we all know in real time now that, Robin's the only one left now. Mary's gone. Janelle's gone.
We all know that.
We all know that right now in real time. But, like, they'll never let Mary forget the fact that she tried to get away from the family and she failed. And, I don't know.
I don't know. I wonder how many seasons they're going to get after this, unless they continue it with.
If they're still filming this 2 years behind, at least 4 more.
Right. Well, because I feel like they have to now film Christine's new life, and they have to film what happens with Janelle.
This show's not ending anytime soon. I can promise you that. It's not. I mean, Kody took a pay cut because they were going to cancel Sister Wives like 6 or 7 years ago. Yep. And Kody said, no, keep the show on. We'll take a pay cut to keep the show going. And now it's the most interesting it's ever been. So, I look forward to watching this show more than anything else.
Than 90 Day?
Then you bet your sweet ass than 90 Day. But yeah, so I don't know. But this show is not going anywhere. And the fact that we're still seeing footage from 2 years ago to the day, right. We're watching stuff that was filmed in 2021. But
Christmas of 2021.
Reality show. This is in real time.
Right.
But I'm not complaining. I'd much rather watch this in 90 Day. So there's that.
100%. Yes. Yes.
And speaking of 90 Day, we are going to do our next recap tomorrow night for The Last Resort. Brooklyn, I know you won't be a part of it.
But I will be there Wednesday.
But we're going to do The Last Resort tomorrow night. And then before 90 Days will be on Wednesday. And yeah. So I guess we'll see. Is there any more that needs to be said tonight? Did we gloss over anything?
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think we're good. We did more than everything. We're good. We're good.
Okay, then that's that. So I want to thank my team of the most amazing panelists for being here with me tonight and covering my channel when I wasn't. I want to thank everyone in the chat for being here and having a good laugh. And we will see you guys tomorrow night for The Last Resort, not Brooklyn.
We love you, Brooklyn, but
they'll miss my big mouth for one night.
So it'll be me and Sophie and Wicked and Teddy tomorrow for The Last Resort. And and if I find, you know what, I'm done with the Paul stuff, so I'm good. I've done enough updates, so he's okay. And there's that. But just thank everybody. I needed a laugh, and
great live, guys. This was great.
It was fantastic. So
thank you all.
Thank you all.
Oh, Laura B said it was her first time here and she really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura.
There you go,
And
Laura.
watch their shows too.
And make sure that you are subscribed to Sophie's channel, and make sure you figure out which episode of Say Yes to Dress Brooklyn was on, so we could all make fun of
I want to see
Not
that.
happening.
her.
I want to see that red hair.
I want to see that red hair.
Not
I wanna see
happening.
it.
I want to see that red hair. That Brooklyn
Anyway.
was on to Say Yes to the Dress. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and I will talk to you.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Love you
No,
all.